Hello and happy Halloween. Dave and Sam aren't here tonight, so instead you have us, Batman and who are you? Silent Mask Girl, that's what I'm gonna call her. And on tonight's installment BrickWall reviews, we've been instructed to review the film Night Thief, now available on
Please
Netflix.
cut it out. I can't think of a name to save my life. Thanks for tuning in, guys. BrickWall Horror Halloween. Woo-woo. We had to come through for y'all for the 31st, which is officially Halloween. Woo-woo-woo-woo.
Didn't think we'd forget about you, did you?
Please, with the voice.
Okay.
It's over.
All right, cool. So I can lift this thing up. It's a little hot in here.
It really is with this on too.
Okay.
Damn. So 19 is Night Thief.
Night Thief.
It's
today's review.
It came out in 2021. It can be found on Netflix.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it just came out recently, I believe on Friday. This past Friday, the 29th, whatever day that was.
So it's about a college student moonlighting as a chauffeur picks up two mysterious women for a night of party hopping across LA. However, when he uncovers their bloodthirsty oh, hang out with your brothers too much. Their bloodthirsty intentions and their dangerous, shadowy underworld, he must fight to stay alive. It came out October 20th. The director is Adam Randall with a budget of $21.7 million.
That's a lot of money.
So this movie is basically what it said it's about. But it also has some other stuff in it. He has a brother in there who also has a storyline. Mm-hmm. And at first it was a little confusing for me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, what? So it just started getting damn crazy. Like,
yeah. So this movie kind of doubles as like a kind of like a street gangster movie.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that the vampires a long time ago they make a truce with these gangsters in LA. I guess you could kind of say that. And they're pretty much like, okay, you can't enter this side of town. That's one of the rules. You can't come into this side of town without permission. You can't reveal yourselves to people, and you can't kill innocents. I think that was one of the rules as well. So what happens with that is that it gets to a point where some vampires they want to start to strike back and disobey those rules and pretty much take over for themselves. So in many ways, this is, like I said, a street crime drama just filled with vampires in a manner of speaking. Our main character,
and humans too.
And humans. And also a whole bunch of different agencies that are touched upon but not really expanded here, which kind of leaves room for a lot of world building with this franchise.
It really did. It left a lot of areas open.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see where that goes. But overall, what I want to see a second one, that's the better question.
That is a good question.
And you know what? I will honestly say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes, based on how it ended. Now, overall, watching the movie, I would say hell no.
Yeah, because I
would say no.
The events are kind of kicked off, like you mentioned before. Our main character, his name is Benny. He takes over for his brother, doing a driving job. And just so happens he's driving around two of the vampires that I don't want to say they don't belong on that side of town, but they're up to no good. And he's left to drive them around, and he kind of catches on to the plot. So I don't want to spoil it because it is pretty fun to unravel things that are happening as they happen in this movie. There are a few obvious twists and turns that you could see coming from a mile away. And there are some that are pretty fresh with this story and the approach that they took to it. Think about Bright. Okay, you guys know that movie Bright with Will Smith and everything.
Netflix.
That's also on Netflix. Yes, also a Netflix original. This movie is kind of like Bright.
Yeah, just because of the different. And I want to
just because it's taking the fantasy elements.
It's making it a combination.
Yeah.
I mean, which is not really nothing major. I mean, we've seen it before. Plenty of vampire movies. There's always humans in there. That's how they live. They got to kill the humans. You know, we got to have them in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so um he I don't know. I don't know what I wanted to say. Well, I do know what I wanted to say, but I don't know if I want to say that.
You know, I should do all my reviews like this.
But the main character, he did do some questionable things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, don't do that, but he did the opposite.
Always.
But overall, I think that I don't know how I feel about the main character. Like at the end of the movie, I'm like, okay, it's like he's finally coming into potentially himself, but then it's not really himself. So I don't know. The main character really, to me, doesn't have like a identity.
I mean, I think he does. I mean, he's an aspiring producer. He's a family guy. Sundays on Fox. He's I don't know why I did that. I mean, he's just young and he types papers for other people in college and stuff. He's kind of like a loser, but not really a loser, but kind of a loser. So it's I don't know. He has character to him, but I would like to know more about him, especially after how the movie ends. I would like to know, what changes about him, if anything does change about him,
And
personality
especially his
wise.
brother too. Like that whole thing, like that was a whole dead storyline. Like it started it, and we saw like
Yeah.
bits and pieces. Then it was never elaborated on. Like what the hell was
Yeah,
going
this
on?
movie, I would say, this movie is definitely built for a prequel, a sequel, spin-offs, all types of stuff. Because the world, like we mentioned earlier, the world that's built around this entire premise is it's very interesting when you really think about it. You have magic arrows. That's something like how does that exist here? You have different organizations. You have a hierarchy. You got a John Wick type thing. It's really crazy. It's very crazy, very interesting. I would love to know more about the world around this. One thing we didn't get to mention is that this film stars Debbie Ryan, which many of you may know from the Disney Channel show Jessie, or the controversial Netflix series Insatiable. Benny is played by who's Benny played by? Can you get that out? While you're doing that, Megan Fox also makes a brief appearance in here. Oh gosh, I should remember the guy from
You said Lucy Fry as Zoe.
Lucy Fry Zoe. Go ahead.
Sydney Sweetner as Eva. You already said Megan Fox. I don't know if his name is Jorge or George Lindenborg Jr. as Benny.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Ludwig as Rocco. Alfie Allen as Victor, and Alfie Allen was also in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was an amazing show.
He was with the Wolf Pack. He was basically the brother that basically got turned out. So
can they see that your mask lights up?
Yeah, because I was doing all of this. You could tell.
I can't really see anything
Look,
through my
it's
bad
blinking,
eyes.
and then it's blinking again. I'm not doing all.
That's not the Joker.
And now
I just wanted to do that. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So, yeah, like we said, this movie is very interesting. The cast is very good in this. Especially with some of the main character. I've never seen him in anything before. The actor who portrays his brother, I haven't seen him in anything before. So this does give them, room to play around with expanding their characters and doing more with it. Yeah. With that said, because there's not much more we can say about this movie without diving into spoilers. So I'm gonna just say, what would you, if you don't have anything else to say about it, what would you give this film?
Well, this film is rated a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw it, I said I agree.
Okay.
I can agree with that. I can see where it's coming from. But like I said, if you just watch a movie just to watch it, then that's the score that it's gonna get. I mean, if you want to dig deeper, which this is what it really calls for, is a bigger, is more to everything. So, nobody, if you don't want to do all that, then I agree. So initially, what I would have gave this movie out of a 5, it's probably a 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I'm gonna sit at maybe a 3.5 for this one. Maybe a 3.9. 3.9 for this one. I did have fun watching it. I did enjoy it. There are obviously some issues in there.
I can see that. I did watch and enjoy it. I mean, like certain parts of it, yeah, but like overall, If I had to give it a collective score, that's what it's gonna have to be. But if I can break it up into parts and say, you know what, I said there's a lot of standout parts. It's not a bad movie, but it's not put together real well. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it.
That's fair. That's fair.
And the only reason I say it is because of all the storylines they threw in there, and like I said, it's like, and I probably would have been complaining like they didn't have to go that deep into the storyline, you know, like with the brother, what they were doing. Right. I probably would have, but you introduced this, and I'm like, so what the hell was going on in there?
Right. I really do hope that the plan at some point for Netflix with this movie is to give it a world expansion. I mean, you have Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead getting a world expansion. You have Bright, that's getting a world expansion. I would like to see that this movie does qualify to get a world expansion, especially since you have, you know, fresh talent mixed with Debbie Ryan, who's a veteran talent who's done very good. And I like to imagine she has a good relationship with Netflix. And then, like I said, all the lore that you have available right there at your disposal. I mean, I would love to see some more from this world to kind of connect the dots with this.
I mean, I will watch it again just to, you know, give it another shot at it.
Because even in the beginning, it just like starts by telling you what's going on. And if you're not really paying attention during that exposition, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna kind of be a little lost as to what's going on and everything. So
I mean, and nothing's wrong with it jumping right in, because like I said, we're so used to it being drawn out. They're giving us like the backstory and then or a piece of whatever, and then we're going back. This movie don't do that.
Yeah, it says we're gonna do this one time only. So, just like me.
So what I'll say about it is that, you know, this is an interesting new approach. This is what I'll say. It's something that we're not used to, the way that this movie is put together. So I think that it may be interesting, because at the end of the day, we don't have to know what's this or what's the loose ends and why this and why that. They told us a story that they wanted us to know.
Right.
So I can get with that, and I get it from that point of view.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. So definitely. But don't just take our word for it. Definitely go ahead and check it out for yourself. The movie is called Night Teeth. It is now available on Netflix.
Because you know why, it's like almost like 19th. 19th, because that's why I kept getting it mixed up. It's almost like 19th, but it's Night Teeth.
I can't remember what the title I thought it was actually called, but it definitely wasn't Night Teeth. But I had to drill that into my head though as well, so it wasn't an easy remember for me. But I do recommend, like I said, I do recommend you guys go check it out for yourselves. Let us know in the comment section if what you think. Do you agree with what we say about this movie? Do you like it, or do you have a different opinion that maybe you want to share? Make sure you drop that down in the comment section down below. Hit that like button. Remember to subscribe to us. We are here every week doing reviews. We have some really good reviews coming up, so you want to stay tuned for that. Sam also has her anime, so you guys want to make sure you're around to see that. But other than that, when next you see us, I will not be here. I will no longer be Batman, and she will no longer be Masked Girl.
Yeah, whoever I am, I should have thought of a damn name. I didn't even think about it.
Mine's was easy, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, yours is convenient.
Yes, but until next time,
I'm not taking it off.
We'll see you guys later, and
peace out. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe.
Was I really Dave?